Happy Monday,
Hello, happy Monday, y'all.
Stanley. Well, it's so great for you to join me here, Stanley. Those of you who are joining us remotely, this is Stanley Jordan, great friend, brilliant musician, and scientist as well. So, got a lot to share. Boy, you've got a lot happening now. Um, I think that you've been as busy now as I've ever seen you as far as new things
Hmm.
that you're coming up with. So, Stanley, tell us a little bit about your Integral Arts Academy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on just a second. Something just happened, and all of a sudden I'm hearing a lot of delay. Let me just try to get out of one of my things. I'm hearing you. I think I'm hearing you online. Okay, talk again for a
Okay.
second.
How about that?
Okay, that's good.
All right, good.
Okay, so ask me again, please.
All right. Well, among the things that you're doing, you've put together an Integral Arts Academy where you're putting together a lot of different arts and sciences, and I've never heard anyone do something like what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I love it. All my life I've been looking to integrate all the different fields of knowledge just for my own use. And now I'm starting to try to share that with others as much as I can. So I just completed something last night. It's like a half an hour journey through the first 92 elements of the periodic table, and it's 8 measure groove, 8 measures on each element. There's a thing called the ionization energies. It's like a vibrational signature for each element, and so I've turned those into musical chords and scales. And I just the central core of it is this idea that the arts are a great lens for viewing the whole world. And
Hmm.
people often sequester the arts off into some separate domain, and then they downplay it and they defund it and all that. But if you take the arts as your primary view of things, you can get to everywhere from the arts. You can get to science and world affairs, and you can understand money. Like sometimes even I take the word money and the word music, and I accidentally say the other one. To me, it's just an energy flow. And I
Yeah.
think that we musicians we have an elegant way of looking at things that the world needs to cultivate more. And even if you're not looking to become a virtuoso, if you bring out your own innate artistic sensibility, it's going to help you with everything you do. In my work in music therapy studies, I've come across some of the studies that show how having experience cultivating your artistic side can help with your cognitive development, with your language skills. It's just especially music.
Hmm.
Music integrates the brain in a way that I don't know if any other stimulus can. Your auditory nerve splits and it goes to every center of your brain. So it's like we're wired for sound in a comprehensive way that's different from all the other senses. So I'm trying to kind of leverage that and develop that, and I'm just so excited about it. So thanks for asking.
Well, yeah, it's an amazing thing, and well, you've become a virtuoso in a very unique way. You play your instrument in a different way than I'd ever seen anyone play with the two hand method. Are you set up to play something, to do a little solo
Yes, I
thing
am.
before and
Can
maybe
you
we
hear?
can figure out if we can jam something together too. Yeah, I'm gonna put you full screen there and play something, and then we'll say some hellos to people. People are popping in from all
Okay.
over. So here we go, Stanley Jordan. All right, so nice.
I ended on the Spider-Man chord.
The Spider-Man chord.
Wherever there's a hang-up, you'll find the Spider-Man.
Oh,
Right.
That's great. That's great. Well, I see Ray from Florida just says hi, and Fred
Hi, Ray.
comes in. And we have Ian from South Australia. Eleanor from Oak Beach, you visited us there. You remember that?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
David from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and
Wow.
from
I know
California.
Lancaster very well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have family there.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I think that would be my daughter, actually. So yeah, I go there. Well, back in the day when people went places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and greetings to Maface and Paul, Jeff, Tom, Gail, of course, Aaron.
Hello.
So, Gaten, boy, everyone's popping in here quickly as we can. Irene from Illinois, yeah, my stomping grounds, and Marty, great. So, what do you think we might be able to play together before we go into more of this?
Mm-hmm. I like the idea that, today as the first day of March, people are kind of starting to think of the spring, at least in the northern hemisphere, we are.
Yeah.
And so maybe we can do something to kind of celebrate the return of the sun
Yes.
for us northies.
Or, yeah. I'll grab my harp guitar. Let's see what we can do.
Oh, great.
And Alex is hi from Florida, North Florida. We just came from North Florida. By the way, we did our first tour in a year. So
Wow.
Brian and I set off, and we played just a couple of little gigs and in a workshop in Florida, and it was so nice to play in front of real people for the first time. Since
Wow, I've been wanting to
February.
ask you about that because I remember I reached out to you and said, "Oh, sorry, I've been sailing."
Yes. Well, while we were there in Florida, I did go for a sailing lesson because,
Hey.
sailing with Brian. See, Brian is right over here. I'm coming, Brian. And, it's hard to learn from your fiance,
Oh, it's not.
So he does it all, and so I went for a bona fide sailing lesson so I can learn what to do, learn some of the ropes, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And we went fishing with Andy Wahlberg, our great friend, harp guitarist there, and did a True Fire course while we were in St. Pete, and I'm very excited about this. It's a True Fire course about all of our heroes one of which is you.
Oh, so
And-
wait. Well, what is the main subject? I know you've done a lot of work with them, but this
Yes.
particular one, what's your focus?
This particular one is actually early heroes of mine, my inspirations as a kid, and how they changed my playing, and then to teach everyone what I learned from them. So it's a great format. It's
see.
going to be out in about 3 months. It's called the Guitar Heroes, and yeah. So if you follow along that True Fire page, it'll be linked on my website, and I also have your site linked there. So if you're interested in what Stanley's doing, or the new True Fire channel, that's should be linked there. MurielAnderson.com/now. It's there for you. So well, yeah. So the whole thing was a very cool tour between the True Fire lessons and actually playing in front of real people. The best one was outdoors at the Cedar Lakes Woods and Gardens. So that was a great time. So, well, let's do a little. How about Imagine? We can do that.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So for everyone out there, there is a lag. So what we will be hearing will be different from what you will be hearing. But just let us do this for fun, because I don't get a chance to play with Stanley often enough. Wow, I've never played Imagine quite like that.
I've never even imagined it like that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh,
I just, if we were to add up all the times that we've performed together, it's probably more than we think because it goes
yeah.
back pretty far. And I remember
Hmm.
specific tours that we did and just the music and just all the memories of being in all these cool places.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to the touring starting up again and
Hmm.
playing with you in some castle in Norway or something, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. And at the same time, I have to say I'm appreciating the time off.
Yeah.
I needed a break just for health, physical reasons. I needed a break, so it's been okay in that respect too.
Yeah. Well, you certainly have made the best use of it, and just putting together the Integral Arts Academy and all the research that you've done for that, and just all really original thinking.
There's a lot of things I'd wanted to do for a long time, and I finally had the opportunity. There's a wonderful place in California in the Bay Area, the Rikus Center for Human Enhancement. Since I was a teenager, I've been kind of part of the whole community, the learning community there. And then for many years, I had no real contact with the folks. And then last year, because I had a month off, I did a 1 month residency there. So I was teaching people full time every day, and I started creating materials for my students. And I started realizing that a lot of people had the same questions. So instead of sending the same material out again and again to different people, I just started posting it online, and here's the URL. And before I knew it, I realized, hey, I'm building my school. This is really cool. And I just sort of kept going from there.
Yeah. Well, I've sat in on a couple of your classes, and it's been just fascinating, and fascinating the mathematics that goes into how music is constructed, and the kind of it's an intuitive mathematics too, an intuitive way that you approach it as well.
Yes, both sides now of the brain.
Oh, do you want to do both sides now?
Sure.
Okay. That's we haven't done this before, so this will be fun. So I'm going to be in the key of A because I'm tuned up
Okay.
a step here.
Okay.
Oh, both sides now.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's intriguing words behind that too. That it starts off looking at the clouds from both sides, from on the airplane looking down, and from the ground looking up, and then how life can be looked at both sides, and love can be looked at from both sides. Yes.
This whole idea of expanding our mind or expanding our viewpoint on things. I think when you're in a time when a lot of things just don't make sense, you have to come from a expanded perspective to understand it. And one of the things that I've been thinking about lately is that a lot of the things that we see in the world that look like it's all falling apart is actually the clearing away for something new. And this something new, it's up to us, but we're going to have more, it's ironic, but we're going to have more flexibility to create something new if the old stuff kind of falls away,
It leaves space for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, when systems collapse, then all those resources are freed up for creating new systems. And so the worst thing that we could do right now is to lose sight of our potential. Dalai Lama recently tweeted that something like, it's better to think about the future that you can have than worry about what was happening before. And I think we're at a point right now, and this resonates with what I'm trying to develop with my integral arts, the idea that everything is a work of art. So we can co-create the future as a collective work of art. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's something. Well, you had mentioned before that there's it's just like Stanley. Stanley, you and Victor Wooten both have kind of a connection to nature as well, and the music not only connects with mathematics, it connects with nature in a very integral way. And I know that you experience a lot of that living in Sedona, where you get to experience a lot of really beautiful nature there.
Yes, it's really spectacular and it's unique. The place is unique, and if I want a great view, I hike high. If I want really quiet, like for composing, then I hike down low where it's so quiet I can sit there and I can hear my heart beating. And I get a lot of inspiration from the land. And, just kind of being one with nature and with the animals. I finally figured out why it is that lizards like to do push-ups. I think I got it. Because it's for their depth perception. When you move up and down, then you can kind of see the depth more easily.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when they're checking things out, they're like...
Oh.
So just little things like that,
Yeah, I should try that out.
And also, just lessons in life, like when you're trying to get somewhere and there's one trail that you could take where you have to go up and down. Well, maybe there's another one that's kind of more direct, so saving your energy or focusing on where you really want to go, what's the best way to get there, that carries over to life in general. So I learn a lot of kind of object lessons.
Yeah. Well, I just recently I had an owl fly down. I hadn't seen an owl for a long time. I used to see them pretty frequently around this area. And when we played at Cedar Lakes Woods and Gardens last year, I was playing this tune about owls, and an owl answered me as I was playing the little owl's melody on that.
Wow. Oh, the owl recognized the owl melody.
I think so. And it answered me.
Wow, that's amazing.
As I was playing on stage outdoors there.
They're pretty big. I just a week before last, an owl checked me out. It was at night, and I saw it was like a statue on a nearby house. And I was like, I don't remember them adding that ornament. And then it just flew down and flew right by me just to sort of check me out, you know?
All right.
And I just kind of feel like there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, the melody that the owl played was kind of like that. And then another owl answered after that. Like that, yeah. Oh, well, Stanley, it's been wonderful to see you, to play with you, and have you join me.
Once again, so wonderful. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Oh, well, thanks. We want to ask everyone to check out Stanley's links. I have them all at the murielanderson.com/now that I have underneath there. And then we also have the sailing channel, the YouTube channel with our sailing adventures on there. That's our contact with nature this past summer. And bunch of new things. So thanks for joining me on Monday Live. We'll do this again sometime soon, I hope.
Would love to, yeah.
Yes. So, well, cheers.
And I just really love that you're doing this, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to it every week, and there's a feeling that you carry with you, and I know that people come here to get their weekly dose, because it helps to carry them through to the next week. That's what this time is about, is getting inspiration where we can, and just trying to kind of create happiness and share good feelings anytime or any way that we can.
Well, I tell you, Stanley, you have been an inspiration for me to take some creative time and really do something unique again, and to step away from my computer for a while. But because of what people have said like that, I think the one thing I'm going to continue doing is the Monday Lives. So I'm not sure what we'll do next Monday. It'll be fun, whatever it is. But I guess I'm going to try to step away from my computer and to get back into the creative zone this week. And I'll come back to my computer on Monday and catch up with you then.
That sounds great.
Happens. Okay. See you soon. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.